President Donald Trump remains at the center of political attention following a series of public appearances, late-night social media posts, and comments on foreign policy, cryptocurrency, and the U.S. economy. During an interview with CNBC, Trump discussed his family's business interests while responding to questions about potential conflicts involving investments made by his children. Trump acknowledged that members of his family inevitably possess information about government policy because of his position as president. He argued that this creates challenges whenever they participate in business ventures, adding that he encourages his children to avoid situations that could create unnecessary controversy. The interview also included questions about cryptocurrency, following recent financial disclosure reports showing significant earnings connected to Trump-related digital assets. When asked about those reported earnings, Trump defended his administration's support for cryptocurrency, arguing that the United States must remain competitive with China in emerging financial technologies and artificial intelligence. He said maintaining American leadership in those sectors is an important national priority. The president also dismissed concerns about conflicts of interest, saying it would be impossible for a president to recuse themselves from every policy decision that might indirectly affect personal business interests. Meanwhile, international attention remains focused on ongoing diplomatic efforts involving the United States and Iran. President Trump expressed optimism that negotiations are making progress, stating that Iran has shown willingness to discuss several key issues. However, Iranian officials have continued to publicly dispute some of Trump's characterizations of the negotiations, maintaining that any discussions remain limited to previously agreed technical matters. At the same time, military activity in the Middle East continues to draw attention. According to reports, additional U.S. naval assets, including amphibious assault ships and marine expeditionary units, have been deployed to the region as part of broader security operations overseen by U.S. Central Command. Defense officials have not indicated that military action is imminent, describing the deployments as part of maintaining regional readiness during ongoing diplomatic efforts. Israel also remains closely involved in regional security discussions. Israeli leaders have continued emphasizing that they reserve the right to act against security threats if necessary, while regional tensions involving Iran, Lebanon, and other neighboring countries remain elevated. Those developments come as diplomatic negotiations continue alongside military preparations throughout the region. President Trump also used the CNBC interview to defend his administration's handling of Iran, saying U.S. military operations had significantly weakened Iran's military capabilities. Independent verification of many battlefield claims made by both sides remains difficult, and officials from multiple governments continue presenting competing accounts of recent events. Beyond foreign policy, Trump also highlighted his administration's economic agenda. He predicted continued declines in fuel prices and argued that his energy policies would provide additional relief for American consumers during the summer travel season. Energy analysts note that gasoline prices continue to be influenced by a combination of crude oil markets, refinery capacity, seasonal demand, and global geopolitical developments. On social media, Trump continued criticizing several NATO members over defense spending, repeating his long-standing argument that some allies should contribute more toward collective security. The comments came as Russia continued launching attacks against Ukraine, with Ukrainian officials reporting additional missile and drone strikes targeting several cities. The Biden administration previously approved extensive military assistance for Ukraine, while the Trump administration has emphasized reviewing future aid commitments and encouraging greater contributions from European allies. Trump also defended his relationship with Israel during the interview, saying his administration had taken historic steps in support of the country during both of his presidencies. His remarks come amid continuing debate over U.S. policy in the Middle East, as lawmakers from both parties weigh future military assistance, regional diplomacy, and broader security cooperation. Meanwhile, developments inside Iran continue attracting international attention. Senior Iranian military and political officials have appeared publicly at state ceremonies, while government leaders continue emphasizing their country's position during ongoing negotiations with the United States. Iranian officials have also criticized continued American military deployments in the region, arguing that long-term regional stability depends upon diplomatic engagement rather than expanded military activity. As diplomatic discussions continue, governments across the Middle East remain closely monitoring both negotiations and military movements, recognizing that future developments could significantly influence regional security and global energy markets. For now, attention remains focused on whether diplomacy can continue making progress, while military forces remain on heightened alert throughout the region. You're listening to our National Affairs Bulletin. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for more national and international news throughout the day.